All right, welcome back to Couple Minutes. I'm Ian.
And I'm Celeste.
For those of you that are joining us for the first time, Couple Minutes is part of the CIAN Truth Ministry media outreach. And the purpose of Couple Minutes is to provide a couple's perspective biblically of how we walk out our faith as a living sacrifice under the Most High.
Right.
And that includes
Our struggles.
Yes. And so if that's something you're interested in, subscribe and click the bell to be notified so you don't miss any future episodes. And so today we'll be discussing
Listening without questioning.
absolutely, because there is a time when we need to act and act in the moment,
Right.
and we have the opportunity to ask why later.
Right. I mean, parents can relate to this. Being in an amusement park and you tell your kids, to hold your hand or to follow you through the crowd and, to pay attention. We have to move from one place to another one. If they don't listen to you or take you seriously, they could get kidnapped. They could end up with a stranger. I mean, just anything. And so the same thing if you're at a social gathering and your spouse comes up and says, we need to go now. And if you start complaining, oh, but I'm enjoying myself, when I get done with this conversation, or let's go see what the kids are doing. If your spouse is telling you we need to go now, you don't question. There needs to be that trust and respect there, that there is a reason why they're wanting to remove the family from the scene.
Right.
And so it's the same thing, if a tragedy or something happens and it's, stay low, be quiet, we need to do this, there's got to be a respect. They're asking you for a reason. They don't have time for an argument. They don't have time for a debate to try to tell you. And we just need to respect and know they have the best for the family.
Right. And so what you're talking about, though, is based off of a sincere trust and love, because as a family, you are walking out your faith as a living sacrifice
Right.
under the Most High, and you're holding each other accountable.
Right.
And so because of that reason, you know that the person who is saying this, there is a real concern, a real importance to what they're saying. And
Right.
you can always ask later as to why. And those fruits will always show themselves, right?
Right.
There are times when you may be at the grocery store and you know what? We have to start purchasing this. The Lord's making it clear we have to just start doing this.
Right.
I don't need that question at that moment.
Right.
I can always approach the Most High later. I can always approach you later as to why we're doing this.
Right.
But that respect of if we're all walking this out 100% sold out to be in that living sacrifice under the Most High, then I absolutely trust that there is a season that you will have or I may have in those things. And so when we say it's time for us to do this, it just has to happen, we trust.
Right, because if we don't, maybe that fight was getting ready to break out, but a spouse had an early indicator. When Herod put out the decree to kill all the infants 2 years and under, had Joseph hesitated then when he heard from the Lord for them to get up in the middle of the night, history could have taken a different course of action. So anytime, if we delay, it could sometimes be to our detriment. So that trust, we need to trust.
Absolutely. Delay is one of the greatest tactics the enemy uses to actually get us to side with him in that situation.
Right.
So our obedience is absolutely tied to a strategic process that God is playing out.
Right.
So absolutely, a time and a place to question
Right.
and to act.
Right.
Absolutely. So we hope you found this edifying and it has encouraged you as you are continuing to live your life as a living sacrifice under the Most High. So on behalf of CIAN Truth Ministries, Couple Minutes, Yah willing, we'll see you again. Shalom.
Shalom.